The upcoming podcast you're about to listen to has been proudly hosted and supported by Jumbled Radio Online. You can listen to the following cast on demand on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. Just search up Jumbled Radio Online in the respective service and you should find it. There may be harsh language, but overall we host some pretty wholesome shows. So now, off to your host.
Welcome to another episode of Personal Talk. I am your host, Julian Arhana, and a big thank you to Jumbled Radio Online for hosting this show. You can find the show and you can find the station on Jumbled Radio Online in all the formats and podcast places like SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube. If there's anywhere else that you would like me to put this podcast, iTunes is a bit weird. I'm still not concerned about doing anything close to iTunes, but yeah, this is another episode of Personal Time / Personal Talk. Just wanted to say, I'm going to keep jumping between the names because, oh boy, I've only recorded 2 Personal Talks / Personal Times, and I have jumped and not figured out which name I want to stick. So if you're going to try to find these podcasts, or this show specifically, just search up PT, Personal Time, Personal Talk. Hopefully you don't get the video game, maybe PT Podcast JRO, to maybe help searching a lot easier. But today we are going to be focusing on 70 horrible questions that was posted on Subtle Asian Traits. If you don't know or are not Asian, there's a Facebook group called Subtle Asian Traits. It's a huge group just full of memes, really good memes, and some person, I can't credit who because I don't have it right here, posted a post of 70 actually horrible questions. I don't think they're horrible per se. Maybe if you brought out these questions on a first date, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, or it may be the worst thing in the world. Personally, I would think these are great to bring out. Like if I was on a date and someone just jumped this out, I would love to deep dive on these questions with someone. Even if it's not a date, even if it's just a friend, this would be so cool to deep dive on. But that's just because I'm a nosy person, straight up. Yeah, I haven't read all the questions. I've only gotten to like question 25, and I haven't really finished it. So let's just see if we can get through all 70 in a good time. Hopefully I don't go over 2 hours. Doubt that I will. Yeah. Okay, cool. Question number 1. Do you have a good relationship with your parents? I would say I have a very good relationship with my parents. Shout out, Mom and Pops. You guys have been looking out for me for so long, and I try to give back as much as possible, and I try to help around the house as much as possible. Obviously, it's not a perfect relationship. I don't think anyone has a perfect relationship with anyone. Day to day, there are still some things that I get annoyed with, but I just get over. And I'm sure they get annoyed with me for a lot of things, but they just get over. I guess my problem is right now is that I think I see myself too highly on the hierarchy of the family. I am in an Asian family, so there is no level of respect where we will be on equal footing ever, because I do owe my life to them, and I personally believe I owe my life to them because of everything they've done. Like, we moved from the Philippines, they like uplifted their roots and left all of their friends to give us a better life. So that's kind of crazy. But like recently, because of like Western influences and because moving here to New Zealand with a different culture has changed how I think about how I should be living or wanting to live. I start to demand respect in a way that I don't think I will ever get. So I just have to understand that there's only a certain level of respect that I will ever receive from them, and we will never be on that equal footing, even if I do certain things like the grocery and stuff like that. Because again, I've never experienced what they've had, and I understand that they won't give me that respect as like an equal, because I'm their child. They'll see me as not below them as like in a negative way, but like they know that they made me and they shaped me in most of my life. So not a bad thing the way I'm saying it. Maybe it is a negative thing if someone wants to like bring me up on it or call me out on it. Welcome. I'm open to talk, baby. But overall, good relationship. Who did you last say I love you to? I can't say, because I say I love you a lot. Because I know there's multiple forms of love. Like the love for a friend is different from the love of a partner or significant other, or like the love of a parent to a child is going to be different to my love for my pizza delivery person who delivers the pizza on time, or my Uber driver that delivers me on time to wherever I'm going. Like all those levels of love, maybe you can call the Uber and the pizza one an appreciation, but I legitimately said that I love you to most of my friends, because to date this podcast, it's still June. It's still a couple weeks after my knee surgery, and yeah, I really love them for coming over and keeping me company, even amongst the exam time, because everyone's doing exams right now, and just, making sure that I'm okay, making sure that I'm not lonely. Like, I really appreciate that, and I'm pretty sure I've thrown around like the phrase "I love you, bro," or like "I love you guys a lot" while they were here. So yeah, I say it a lot. So I can't really say specifically the last time that I said it. Uh, Third question: do you regret anything? Yeah, everyone has a lot of things they regret, but my regrets don't really come from the experiences where I've learned things. Like, I regret situations. I regret things. So there's two different types of regret in my head. There's a regret for a situation that happened where you didn't know and you learned from it. So like, that form of regret is more of, say I was joking around with my brother, and, well, yeah, say I was joking with my brother and I say something that annoys him or pisses him off, and I didn't know that it would, or it would trigger him in that way. So that's a regret ever saying it, but like, I don't regret those as hard because I didn't know and I learned from it. The situations that I regret the most are where I know what I'm supposed to do in the situation, or I know the right thing to do objectively in my head, and I didn't do it. So one thing I regret the most is just the way that I acted. Well, this is half and half because it's a mixture of me learning about myself and me also knowing what to do. Because my coach, when I was wrestling, she told me to just be honest with her as much as possible, and or just be honest with her, period. Actually, not even just as much as possible. She wanted me to be fully honest to keep, because she was honest with me a lot of the time. And when we were at shows or trainings, I would say excuses that were just the automatic response for me, and I regret jumping to those automatic responses and defenses that I had built when I was dealing with my dad when I was a kid, because that kind of ruined the relationship that I still believe could go somewhere business wise, and we could help each other grow business wise, but now I'm very far away from it. Another basic regret is just me not continuing wrestling after I got injured. I feel like I should have given it a better shot, even with my mental problems, but like, I also don't regret that, in a way that I chose to deal with my mental health first. So, you know, it's a gray world of regrets, and you're probably going to get a lot of gray answers and not a lot of black and white answers with these 70 questions. Question number 4: are you insecure? I am heavily insecure. I've gained a lot of weight since 2017. So around 2017, I was at my lightest. I think I was weighed in at like 75 kgs, which was like pretty good for me, because I would normally wreck about 80. And I was doing really well. I was running a lot. I was going to the gym. I was eating really well. Like, not healthy, but I was portioning very, very well. But, through the years and through some depressive states and whatnot, I faltered. I came back and I gained a lot of weight. And last summer, or summer in New Zealand around December, I was trying to lose that weight again. And I was not even trying to lose weight to just lose weight. I was trying to lose weight to not lose weight. I wasn't trying to lose weight to lose weight. I was trying to be healthier so that I could prolong my life and feel better day to day, because at that time, like early 2017, I was feeling very good about myself, feeling very good, like energetically. Like, it was easier to deal with little mental health problems and stuff like that while I was feeling good with what I was eating. So I wanted to, recover to that. And when you're not exercising and you're not working out, you get fat, and you start to say, hey, I don't look as good as I would want to, and you'd be insecure about that. And I've been injured for a while now, and I've put on a lot of weight because I do get into an episode of eating really poorly when I'm depressed. Not even depressed, like sad or down. I know what a depression would feel like, and I wasn't necessarily depressed during my injury, because I had the support system around me. So yeah, I'm insecure about my weight at the moment. I usually am insecure about body image because I do a lot of comparing of myself to a lot of everyone else. Like, I idolize athletes often. Like, often I idolize athletes. And, the fact that I'm not, that they're, size or shape, and the fact that I'm not performing like them makes me feel insecure. And it's especially weird because, I know I'm not an athlete. So in reality, it would make sense for me to compare myself to them because that's their job, to be athletic. And right now I'm still trying to find what job I'm going to do, through university. So it's a weird disconnect that somehow connects and makes me feel super insecure. So that's about it. Number 5, what is your relationship status? I am single. Not much to say there. I've never been in a relationship. I have, dated people once or twice, but never like fully said that we were together. Yeah. Number 6. How do you want to die? There's two ways, I guess, if we were trying to amuse the fact. There's no real one way that you'd want to die, because, again, you don't want to die, but I feel like if I were to die, it would be in a gigantic, like, tragic thing where it wouldn't hurt so much. I can't say because I've never experienced anything towards death, but, something quick and tragic would be nice, or something quick and peaceful would be good. So dying when I'm extremely old, maybe in my sleep, or dying breath to like tell my family, or have my family around them. The classic dying scene in movies and stuff like that. Or I don't know, getting my head chopped off like in a swift motion by some assassin, or weird accident. Just painless. I think painless is the way that I would want to die. What did you last eat? I had 2 eggs and toasted bread. Eggs were sunny side up. Number 8, have I played any sports? I played a lot of sports. I played Ultimate Frisbee, competed pretty high for Ultimate Frisbee, never played club, but I did play, national tournaments for schools, which is fun. I play indoor. I love indoor. I did get injured playing indoor, but I love indoor either way. I want to get back to that and hopefully play indoor nationals at some point. If I can find a team who would want me to play for them, if I'm ever any good. I played basketball. Basketball was something I competed in high school. I used to love it where I couldn't, get away from it. I would want to play every day. But nowadays it's like, you know, I've lost like a competitive drive to be the best and to play every day. I do miss just being on a court and shooting around by myself. That was very peaceful. That was a very good time for me. What else? I played a lot. I played badminton, but like badminton again was only competitive in high school. We used to play we used to play touch rugby all the time. During lunch and whatnot. I've wanted to play American football, and I started to train for it. And I even got a trial for one of the teams here, but it was too far away for me to go, and I was still 15 years old, and I had to maybe bus far away, and my parents just weren't down for that. Professional wrestling, that's a sport, I would say, sports entertainment. It's an athletic. It's not really a competition in a sense, but it's more like a performance sport because you're performing in front of people. So that's kind of nice. Do I bite my nails? I used to. I don't anymore. When was your last physical fight? I've never been in a fight per se. I've been in confrontations where I've shoved people around and pulled people away from other people. I've never really instigated a fight or like had to put my cuffs up to fight someone. Never been in a fight. Tussles, yes. Don't really consider a fight. Number 11, do I like someone? Yeah, sure. I guess we can say we like people, but like nowadays I'm learning to understand that there's a difference between me being interested just because they look good and they're nice to me trying to figure out if we would actually be good in a relationship. Number 12, have you stayed up 48 hours? No, because I always sleep 20 minutes in between whenever I'm trying to stay up. Just happens. I can't control myself sometimes. I've been up 24 hours before, never 48. Do I hate anyone at the moment? I dislike people. I wouldn't say I hate them. There are certain people that I've dropped out of my life recently, but I don't want to say I hate them. I hated the time with them, but I don't hate them. Do I miss someone? Yes. I miss my friend, but she's coming up back into Auckland, so I won't miss her soon because I will be seeing her soon. Dating the podcast, lol. Who else do I miss? I do miss the people I've met at wrestling and seeing those people every week. I don't miss my trainer as much, but like, I don't want to say names because I don't want to like take people out of their privacy, but the people I would train with, actually no, I miss Jordan. Jordan, big time I miss him because hanging out with that weirdo was very fun during trainings and like the little bits where we could just talk and meme around after trainings. Yeah, that was really good. Where was I? Do I have any pets? Not at the moment. I used to own 21 fish in a big aquarium. That was really fun. But the two main fish that I loved the most were Larry and Leanie. Those were my two favorite fish. Larry was interesting because I had him first. My little brother brought home pets from his field trip, and I had Larry first. And when I woke up one Sunday morning to a dirty as fuck bowl with Larry, like, literally swimming at the top. Like, he looked dead. I'm pretty sure he was dead. Because he was, when fishes die, they just float at the top of the water and nothing happens. So what happened was my mom put him in some fresh water, and then we left to go to mass. And we went back home, and he was just swimming fine in the bowl. Like, he was perfectly fine by the time we got back home. So honestly, from then, like, I understand now that maybe he wasn't dead and we gave him the fresh water and he, lived again. But I fully believe Larry is my zombie fish, and he will forever be remembered as my zombie fish. I'm pretty sure he's dead now. Lucky was never really my pet, but my sister owned a dog back in the Philippines. And, that was more her pet than mine. I would love a pet right now. I want a cat. Wouldn't mind a cat. Cats would be good. How exactly are you feeling at the moment? I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty lazy. I'm amidst doing some exam study, but I'm, sitting down in my bed because my leg can't really take it, so I can't really study. So I'm just going to sit down with a microphone and my phone, and, that's a lot easier to do than trying to create notes for an exam. I'm feeling good. I am feeling kind of tired and in pain, so that's nice. Have you ever made out in the bathroom? No. Are you scared of spiders? Some of them. Big scary ones, yes. Some small ones, sure, they're fine. I would let the small ones crawl on me, but like if they have hair, I'm out. I need to find the definition of this word. The question is, where was the last place you snogged someone? And I don't know if that's a dirty word. Snog, kiss, cuddle, amorously. Never. Never actually. So that's thanks questions. What are your plans for this weekend? I am supposed to be going out for some drinks. My state really doesn't allow me to, so maybe I might not go. Just a plan. Mostly studying for my exam that's coming up. Really fucking boring. Do you want to have kids, and how many? I would love to have kids in the future. I've said before that I am a family person, and I would love to start a family when I am financially stable enough to start a family, because I don't want to start a family and like not be able to provide. I want to be able to provide first and then start a family. Why? I don't really know. Having a legacy or just taking care of people is like my jam, and I love being around my family. So if I can have my own version of that, that'd be pretty cool. How many kids? I would love at least 2. I want the kids to experience what it's like to have a sibling, because I have 3 other siblings, my life is a lot better because of them. I've been able to not be lonely at home or not have to rely so much on the outside world for fun or for advice. Plus they know me, so getting advice from them is a lot better. I would say it's a lot better, but like, some of my friends are starting to know me more than my family does, so it shifts. But like my relationship with my little brother is like the best thing that's ever happened to me so far in my life. Like, I hate him and love him very much. There are times where I like just want to punch him in the face and I just can't stand him, but there are times where it's just like I can't trade anything that I've experienced, because I've experienced like wrestling with him. I've experienced just I can't put into words how much I love that kid, and what he means to me. I can't express that. So if I can like maybe give that opportunity, at least, I know it may not happen because everyone's different, but if I can give that opportunity to my future kids and let them have a best friend as a sibling, then that'd be great. That would be the goal. So at least two. Four looks good because this is what my family structure is, but two is perfect. Do I have any piercings? I do not have piercings. I don't plan on getting piercings. Tattoo though, very keen to get a tattoo. Maybe that's a future question in this thing. I don't know. What are your best subjects? I'm very good at English. That is my major right now. My minor is art history, but like English is good because I love to analyze things. If you can't notice from my very first show release, Oats. Hopefully there are more Oats coming out by the time this podcast is out. But yeah, English is my top subject. Because just the analysis part and getting to take up a story piece by piece and just putting it to life and thinking about that shit. That shit's so fun for me. Do I miss anyone from my past? Let's see. Anyone from my past? No, not really. Not in a big way. A lot of people in my past have stayed in the past because I don't really want to talk to them anymore, or our time of being friends is done, and they kind of have to stay in the past because they've changed too much, or maybe I've changed too much to where we just can't, relive that friendship anymore. I do miss my best friend from the Philippines, Angelo. Like, I saw him every day as a kid, and we'd play every day and hang out every day, and that was just great. He wasn't very into basketball, so that kind of separated us, but like he was dope. Yeah, so I guess I miss him. If you're listening to this right now, dude, I don't know, hit me up maybe. You don't have to, no pressure. I mean, I'm not gonna, so you don't have to. What am I craving right now? Milo. I eat Milo powder just straight up. I get maybe like a small little cup of Milo and I just numb on that shit while I play games sometimes. And I really want that. Really, really want that. Have I ever broken someone's heart? Not in terms of love, maybe in terms of how I treated them. Like we weren't in a relationship, but like telling someone that you don't want to be friends with them anymore probably is heartbreaking. So that's probably one. Have you ever been cheated on? Never been in a relationship, so I've never been cheated on. Have I felt like I've been cheated on? Sure, because those were relationships that could have happened. It doesn't make sense for me to say that I've been cheated on. Have you made a boyfriend or girlfriend cry? Again, never been in a relationship, so I've never made a boyfriend or girlfriend cry. What's irritating me right now? My goddamn knee, actually. My knee irritates me to all hell, and there's no way that I can just deal with it and get it over with because it's a long process and I just have to be patient with it. Sleeping is really hard. I know it's a first world problem because I got the best out of the situation of it, but like I wake up in the middle of the night just in pain and I just can't deal. I can't deal sometimes. I mean, I know I'm going to. I get over it and I complain, but complaining is what helps me get through it. Does somebody love you? Yeah, I know plenty of people that love me. I have a lot of friends that love me. If you want to say like love as in relationship love, no, I don't have someone right now that loves me. What is my favorite color? It used to be blue, but goddamn, it's yellow right now. I have so many yellow things. It's starting to become a brand color. I love that color. Do I have trust issues? No, I trust people quite easily, especially with things about me, information about me. There are things that I've never told people, that I've never said. So maybe that's a way to say that I don't trust everyone, or I do have a trust issue in that sense. But like, no, if it's general things, general knowledge about me, like my history with dating or my opinions on people, I trust people to tell. And so, okay, no, maybe I do have a trust issue because I have an understanding or like an expectation that people will just spread or talk about it, you know? But like, I also trust that it's not done in a malicious way, that people just talk, and so whatever I say will not necessarily be kept as a secret. I don't know. Maybe I would say I don't have a trust issue. I don't have trust issues, but maybe I do. Maybe a small degree. Who and what was your last dream about? I dreamt that I was okay. I don't know who was in the dream. I remember my brothers were in the dream because we were at a holiday in Queenstown or somewhere in New Zealand. It was a New Zealand place, and we signed up to do this weird. It's kind of cool actually in my head where you can rent a real fancy car, like a really fancy racing car of some sort, and you can just drive 2 hours to a destination, and it would be some sort of race to get there. But like the whole process of getting these cars were to put your hand on the car, like either be first to put your hand on the car or wait for everyone else to take their hand off of the car, and that's the car that you're able to drive. And if there's too many people with hands on a certain car, they would be put aside and be given questions. I went through the whole question round thing, and then I never really got to do the drive. Like, my older brother got his car and got to drive, and he came back, and my little brother got his car. He doesn't even have his license, like his full license to drive a car like that. And he got back, and I was still waiting for my car because I was like caught up with 15 other people. It was a really weird, boring dream, but like, I guess I'm still waiting for my racing car, so that's interesting. Who was the last person you cried in front of? When was the last time I cried? I don't know, it's probably my friends. Probably. Last time I cried. I cry a lot. Well, I cry. No, I don't cry a lot. Oh, I cried at Avengers, but that was so long ago. There's no way I cried at Avengers only. No, we'll have to say Avengers. I cried at Endgame, big time, twice. So the last people I cried in front of was my little brother and my dude friends, the close ones. Yeah, no, I cried in front of them for sure. Or did I cry in front of Becky? I cried in front of someone for sure recently. I don't remember. Could have been concerning the knee, or it could have been Avengers. Do you give out second chances too easily? Absolutely, I give second chances too easily. I'm way too forgiving as a person, and I'm extremely proud of myself for getting rid of a friend. That's big time because I forgave that person way too much. Way too much. I was hurt huge in that friendship. Huge. Because I was interested in her. But like, huge. And I didn't put my self and self-worth in front. And I put her self-worth in her situation, and I felt pity and shit like that. Whatever. Yeah, no, I definitely give out second chances way too easily. I'm learning to not, though. I'm learning to draw a line in terms of me being treated like shit and me either, expecting an apology for change or just drop the person. Is it easier to forgive or forget? Honestly, it's easier for me to forgive because I really don't forget when you've done a shitty thing for me. It's hard because I use that to I contextualize a lot, so I do contextualize when I forgive someone. It's hard for me to forget. It's hard for me to forget. I always remember shitty things. Is this year the best year of your life? I don't know yet. It's not done. We're halfway through the year. I tore my ACL and my meniscus. I don't think it'll be the greatest year. Maybe something dope will happen, and it's like, oh, thank God I tore my meniscus and ACL because it led to this. Blah 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 blah. We don't know. Hopeful. I've got hope that it could be the best year of my life. How old was I when I had my first kiss? Let's say 7 years old, I think. No story involved. Have you ever walked outside completely naked? As a child, probably. Maybe like at a pool. There was a pool near our house back in the Philippines. There's no way in hell that I didn't run around that pool naked when I was a wee lad. A wee baby boy. Favorite food? I have too many favorite foods. I love Japanese. If we're gonna say favorite cuisine, Japanese is a dope cuisine. I love all of the Japanese foods. All of them. I mean, there's some that are not my favorite, but like they're overall pretty good. Do you believe everything happens for a reason? I believe, yeah. I'm in that weird stage right now. I was raised in a Catholic family where, you know, God has a plan set out for you. And then I started to grow up, and I'm like starting to, like, you know, not so sure anymore. Then I've, you know, learned about tarot, and I'm like, oh, the universe is there, and the universe has plans for you, and things happen because the universe makes it happen. But I'm like, that could also be related to God making things happen. Long story short, yeah, I do believe not everything. Things do happen for a reason, for sure. Um, but there are things that happen for no reason, for sure as well. Like, I am still not so sure that everything does. I know that, you know, opportunities happen, and you don't really expect opportunities. You know, they just happen, and there's no reason that it did happen. It just happened. Or even tragedies. Like, there's no real reason. And when we say reason, like, I'm taking the question as it's meant to happen. And some tragedies, I personally believe, not some, all tragedies, I personally believe, aren't meant to happen. Like, we can't really say that God planned us to experience tragedy, because that just doesn't make sense. Or maybe that's just my opinion of how I perceive God. So maybe, you know, not everything happens for a reason, is what I'm gonna say. It was the last thing you did before you went to bed last night. I was playing Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza 1, the remake. Oh boy, I'm so glad that I'm back in that Yakuza world. I played Yakuza 0. I played like 150 hours of it earlier this year. And I just love the characters. I love Kiryu. I love Majima. But like, we don't get to play as Majima in this one. It makes me sad, but I still get a lot of Majima in this one. I love Makoto. God, she was such a good character for it. I love Nishiki. Right now I hate Nishiki because, you know, if you played Yakuza, you'd understand why you'd hate Nishiki. No, good. I can't wait to play more. I have to wait until after my exam, though, before I can start playing a little more, which I probably won't. I probably will still play a lot before my exam. Is cheating ever okay? No, cheating is never okay. Cheating is a mistake most of the time. Cheating is like, you know, if you cheat on someone, I think it's fair for you to just expect them to drop you in the relationship. It's never, no, cheating is never okay. Am I mean? Yeah, I can be mean, but overall I think I'm a pretty nice dude. I think I'm a decent person enough to know that I'm not fully mean. How many people have you fist fought? Again, never fist fought. Tussles? Sure. Never fist fought. These questions are starting to get repetitive. Do I believe in true love? Yes, I do believe in true love. I also believe that true love can die out and change, because, you know, everyone changes. Everyone changes through time. So the love where you can, you know, change the love with them and keep it to a certain degree strong is good love. Like, you can be truly in love with someone and fall out of love, which is a scary thought, but it happens. Like, you can't say that the entire relationship was a lie, because times change and you've changed in the future. So I do believe in true love. Long story short, favorite weather: cold but sunny. So cold enough where I'm, you know, can wear my thick clothes and like layer up and whatnot, but sunny where I'm not freezing. Sunny where it's like a beautiful day, but I also don't like being sweaty. I'm a sweaty boy, and I hate it. I hate it, man. It just makes me feel gross, and I feel like people don't want to be around me if I'm a sweaty boy. Even if most people are like just as sweaty as me sometimes. I definitely don't like warm weather. That's just the thing. Do I like snow? Never hung around snow enough to know how much I love it. Would love to experience snow, but I hear real shitty things from people who experience snow on a daily basis in winter. So, yeah. Do I want to get married? For sure. I did say I wanted to start a family, and I think marriage is one of the things that I believe would be dope to have with someone, to share a life with someone, and to have that. Like, I know people think it's such an old school thing, but I like the idea, and my perception of marriage isn't necessarily, you know, driven by those old school things. It's just a way for me to say that I'm going to stay with this person, and I'm choosing to lock down with this person for the long haul, you know? So yes, I would love to get married in the future, because I want to have a family in the future. Is it cute when a boy, a girl, or a dude or a lady calls you baby? I don't know. It's not cute anymore. I say baby a lot. Like in passing conversations, to say like if they say, "Oh, dude, what are you gonna do tonight?" I'm gonna be like, "Go home and play Yakuza, baby." That word, baby, or like the way you say baby, is starting to be like a dude thing. I don't know. I watch a lot of Gus Johnson and like Eddie, and they throw that around, and like even just Kawhi Leonard threw out baby. Yeah, he threw that up a baby in an interview or something. What makes you happy? A lot of things make me happy. Food makes me really happy. You know, friends obviously make me happy. Also, I've written a paper on memory and like the pursuit of happiness, I guess. And being happy is such a one-dimensional thought for most people when it's such a complex thing to even consider. Like being happy has so many things. It's not just an emotion that you feel in the moment. It's like an entire spectrum of things to consider you happy, you know? There's plenty of things, because like I'm happy in moments where I'm not necessarily portraying it. Like I'm happy in moments where it's not exciting or fun. I'm just happy in like calm moments as well as those, you know, happy fun moments. Would I change my name? No, I quite like my name, Julian Russell. Love that middle name. And if I did change my name, I would go away from all of my siblings. Abbreviated names. I love our names. I love my name. Not changing it. Would it be hard to kiss the last person you kissed? No. Your best friend of the opposite sex likes you. What do you do? I mean, if they're my best friend, sure, we'll try out a relationship. Considering they're not in a relationship, you know, if they're single and I'm single and we both like each other, why not give it a shot? But that's only if we're both single and we're okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, down. Because I would love to have. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure my future partner will be my best friend at some point. Like, I have best friends now, so it won't be the best friends that I have now. Maybe them. Who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but I'm saying like, you know, I would love for my partner to be a best friend in the future. Surely that makes more sense than I'm complicating it with. Who was the last person of the opposite sex you talked to? Priscilla. I talked to Priscilla last night. She just, you know, very nice person. Caught up with me. Do you have a friend of the opposite sex you can act your complete self around? Yeah, I have multiple. I have so many friends that I can just be me with. Like, those are also my best friends. It's very complicating now in my head the way that I'm saying it, but like, no, I've a lot of ladies that I am friends with that I can just be myself with, you know? And those are the ones I treasure the most because they accept me for me and they don't, you know, they don't expect me to be a certain thing. They just want me to be me around them. And they're a fan of that, and that's why we're friends. Who's the last person I had a deep conversation with? Dom. Dom was the last person. Dom and Latif were the last people I've had a super deep conversation with. It was another boys support boys kind of night, and yeah, no, I love deep conversations. I love deep diving into whatever, especially life stuff, because we can just throw around advice and, you know, kind of see if it fits. And we don't throw around advice like willy-nilly like it's nothing, but like, you know, trying to help rather than hinder. Do I believe in soulmates? So yes, I do believe in soulmates, but I think the idea of a soulmate has been skewed a lot by the general public. So I have been doing tarot recently, and I have learned that what people call soulmates, what people call or believe are soulmates, like the one person that you're gonna be with, isn't actually called a soulmate. Your soulmate or a soulmate can be multiple people. You can have multiple soulmates in your life, but they don't have to necessarily be about love. Your soulmate can be someone who's just who's very important in your life, and you are attracted to in a spiritual level, like my family. Those are my soulmates. Those are my families, you know, right? They play a role in my life where I love them and I have a good relationship with them, as a family, as being someone familiar with. My best friends, I do believe most of my best friends are my soulmates, or the ones that I consider my best friends are soulmates, because we have a deep relationship where we can talk to each other and trust each other and stuff like that. What the general media, or what the general world perceives as soulmates, is actually called a twin flame. And your twin flame is the person that you are supposedly meant to be with. It's your supposed partner. Like, your twin flame is someone who you were meant to be with. Yeah, I don't know how else to say it. Like, it was just written in the stars that you're supposed to date this certain person. So a twin flame is the loved one, the love relationship that people are mistakenly calling a soulmate, because a soulmate is just anyone you have a deep relationship with, not necessarily in terms of love and having sex and partnering up. It can be friendships, it can be work relationships, or just whatever. That's what a soulmate is. And I do believe in soulmates. Not so much sure if I believe in a twin flame yet, because again, I've never been in a fully formed relationship. So yeet. Is there anyone you would die for? Yeah, there are plenty of people I would die for, but that's just because I love them a lot. And if there was I would give my life for someone, I think. But that's just in theory, and I guess in the moment, I'm not so sure. You'll never know unless you were fully in that moment, and I'd hope I'd never have to be in that moment to give up a life, or give up my life for someone. I don't want that on anyone, so I don't want it on myself either. So theoretically, yeah, there are some people I would die for sure. And yeah, that was the last question. We've gone through the 70 horrible questions posted on Subtle Asian Traits, babies. Sid Reed posted that, and I don't know how to say your name. I don't want to butcher your name. God, I can't pronounce their name. I'm not going to butcher the name. Someone posted it on Subtle Asian Traits. Sid Reed was the original poster. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was 70 horrible questions that I was asked. Not necessarily, just 70 horrible questions that I just answered. That's the big time. Thank you so much for listening to Personal Time. I have been your host, Julian Orellana. If you guys would want to, there are more shows up on JRO, Jumbled Radio Online. You can find Jumbled Radio Online on Spotify, SoundCloud, and on YouTube. Full episodes on all three. Still trying to figure out how to post other shows, or what to do with the channel. If you want more of me, I write poetry on the Instagram page Rustlin and Writing. It's spelled WRUSSLINANDWRITING on Instagram. You can also follow me on my Twitter, Julian Orellana17, JulianOrellana17. Same for Instagram as well. I do have a personal YouTube channel, the Julian Orellana YouTube channel. Not much is happening there, but there's also some poetry videos. There's a vlog of some sort. Yeah, those are all my socials. That's if you want to hear more of me, or see more of what I do. This has been Personal Talk, Personal Time, 70 Horrible Questions. I thank you so much for listening. I don't really have a sign off. Just be nice to people, eat your favorite foods, and sleep well. I don't know. Goodbye.